Part 2?
Yeah, part 2. Not as exciting, but yeah. So nataka kuonyeshwa boots. Hiyo boot pale. Camera. Let's start again. Yeah, tunaingia week 3 sasa. Ya achilles. So shughuli ni hiyo boots peke yake. So we start the boot therapy. Inachukua how long? Ile kama wiki 5 au 6.
But it's 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yes. Because of the wedges, there are 5.
So the wedges are for 1 week.
Each wedge is 2 weeks.
Oh, each wedge need 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So in week 10. That's like what? That's like 2.5 months. Inamaanisha nini nimebadilika ama?
The better the
Koje?
Sasa iko dry.
Dry.
Hapa ndo nafili kama hapa ndo ilidunga msumari hapo. Ni mawe. Yeah. Looks good, it looks right.
Tayari wewe umepitia.
Right?
So you know.
I know.
Yeah.
And what I know is that after every week, you remove a wedge, you remove a wedge. You know what? If that helps you,
Yeah.
it's moving the leg gently from that,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that. It will make your physio easy. Whereas most people will normally use to put a cast for 6 weeks. So now physio will work because the leg was there. How to get it to come, that was a lot of work. So that allows gently the moving from plantar flexion to the scapula to gain your motion. Yes. That's it.
So okay.
Yeah. Every week. So you can see after 4 weeks. After
5 weeks.
5 from now. You can see after 5. Now I think you can shower.
I can show you the leg.
You can shower with the leg because I think now we lose prayer. The only thing is that when you are wiping, when you are cleaning, that's for at least 2 weeks. Then after that, then you can get a bit of a flame. Yes. Actually, yours has been better. Mine open up here.
Oh.
Yes. And you always have to do stairs. Yeah.
So ikifunguka you.
Yeah. So mine at least it wasn't so bad. It was just a slight one. So it just what you call stairs.
So you are unasema hii kama itajitoa.
I checked it off. Yes. I was very friendly. Yeah, baby.
Shavujika.
Nishawahi kuwa na classes, no?
Niko na crutches. Oh, my CL ni ball. Basketball. Ichukua how long kuona?
Karibu 6-7 months.
6 months inactive. Yeah.
Nakuwa do nothing.
Nifanya surgery ama
No, yangu ilikuwa kwa
yeah.
Yeah.
Rehab, 6 months. Nini achilles? So ni rupture achilles. Yeah, thanks. So 6 months inaishanga? Yeah. Sasa hiyo ndo shida yangu. Yeah. Yeah.
Tuko therapy ya kutembea. So this is the Achilles boot. The Achilles boot. Right, so this is actually day 1 of the Achilles boot. So we're just trying to exert some pressure on the leg. We're trying to walk with the boot. Right, the common brand is Vacoped boots. Vacoped. Yeah. Yangu, yeah. So the reason it's called an Achilles boot, the boot tu ya kawaida. So anyone who has a fracture, shin split, fracture that wants to stabilize the leg, ankle, kuna wenye wana twist ankle vibaya, major twists, some ligament issues, hapo chini they'll be given similar boots. So mbona hii ito Achilles, si ati ni tofauti, the same. Shida ni, I mean the only difference is because for an Achilles injury, you have to put your leg in a certain direction. So it has 5 layers, right? So 5 layers. Yani ni kama ni tuko 5th floor, naenda 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1, 0. Sasa 0 sasa uko ground floor. Hapo ndo sasa I can walk like normally, like flat. Right? So umeelewa ile side tuko 5th floor, 4th, 3rd, so leo tuko 5th floor. It's day 1. Yeah. So pole I'm like tiptoeing. So I'm walking in a tiptoeing way. Right? So pole we'll stop tiptoeing until we're flat foot. Right? So you need to boot therapy. This will last me like 5 weeks. So 5 layers. I'll remove a wedge every wedge. 1 wedge every week. So a wedge a week. I'll remove a wedge a week. Right, so now we have 5 wedges, so that will take me 5 weeks till now I can walk more on a flatter way. But it makes things very easier. For the first time in Naeka weight, I'm actually putting weight on my leg. For the first time. Yep. So yeah, so this is me doing my boot therapy, day 1. I don't want to rush it, so slowly. And with time, you guys are going to see me walking. So it's all about the boots. These 5 weeks that are coming. So the first 2 weeks, as I told you, it was pain management. Right. So now it's just boot therapy. So I'm go back to normal function. Right. Sooner than later. Yeah. So anyhow, so I'll explain to you what the wedge is about, what the boot is about. Huko mbele. Cheers. So ndo hii Achilles boots. Right? So wacha tuifungue tuone ni nini, tuone inakaje. What are all these things? Naweza karibia uangalie. What are all these things over here in the boot? So in the pressure, you have pressure, and then that is 2. So there's 1 and 2. Okay. So there's 1, and there's 2. There's a lock. So even though it's 19, right? So now that I'm removing it, so that I show you what it is, I release pressure na hapa. So if you hear the skills, right? Alafu ndio kuongeza pressure. Pressure inamaanisha nini? It makes it compress, so it just firms it up a bit. So when I press this, so now that I'm removing it, I release the pressure, and then as I said, this is 2 meaning this one only compresses one side, and this one compresses both sides of the ankle, right? Just to firm it up a bit, right? And this locks it. So let's remove these boots and let's see what is inside these boots. Bozire?
Yes.
Shaona mguu kama hii, kiatu kama hivi.
Hiyo ni support.
Hii kiatu ni kama zile za rocket zile. Ushaona wanaenda kwa boot. Nimetoka huko leo.
Serious.
Kama wengine mtazama mbinguni. Si mbinguni.
Ni ya rocket.
Ni ya rocket.
It is a nice one. The support.
Yeah, for the support. Na tunaifungua tuone ni nini kwa ndani. Kwa nini inaitwa support hivi?
Uimaste vile utairudisha.
Na umaste vile utarudisha. So ile ya kwanza.
Ile ya muhimu.
Ile ya kwanza. Right? Ndio ile. Right? For the normal one you usually put it here. Right? So hizi nguo zinakuwa nguo zisituke. Yeah. So there's my swollen leg. Sasa karibia uone mguu vile inakaa. There's my leg. Oh, so mguu. Ndio mguu imekatwa. That's how the leg is. That's how this boot is. So yeah. So I'll just put it down here. Hopefully I'm safe. So ukikuja hapa karibu, njoo karibia. So I guess I'll now be wearing socks because it's really hot. Kuna joto mingi sana kwa hii boot. Right? So these are the wedges. So 5, 5th floor, 4th floor. So there are 5 of them. Yeah? So kila wiki natoa moja. Sasa hizi ni 4. Hiyo wiki nyingine natoa nyingine. Right? Hiyo wiki nyingine natoa nyingine. So these are what I call wedges. So there are 5 wedges. Right? So 5 levels of these boots. Utansitoe kuna glue yake. Sitaki hiyo glue ishe. Right? Let me align them well. So yeah, so there's your boot, right? So there's your Vancouplate boot. There's my beautiful leg, right? So as I said, it's very hot inside here. So I'll be needing some stockings. This is wacha tuvae viatu. So we make sure that our heel is mwisho kabisa, right? Tuifunge vilivyo. Anza na hapo. Do it yourself. Sivyo. Mwisho kabisa. Uzuri, hapo utanisaidia. Hapo sijafika hiyo kiwango ya kufunga hii kitu. Na nifungia hapo chini. Naanza na nani? Funga kabisa. Funga kabisa na nguvu.
Usiweke nguvu ya chuma.
Iko sawa hii.
Yeah. Ngoja.
Mmesahau moja. Hata tutakufuta kasi wewe.
Ngoja.
Wewe ndio tafsiri vile una.
Tuko sawa.
Uko safi.
Yeah.
Na mwana yetu uko safi.
Iko sawa.
Uko safi hapo?
Tuko sawa.
Next wewe.
Next ngani hiyo kamba nyingine.
Maana mpaka iko na Ana mpaka iko na adjuster hapo.
Ati iko na pressure.
Kushua So kama uko na mguu kubwa kama za huyu, unazi adjust.
Sawa. Next. Namna gani?
Weka hapa ndani.
Na hivyo anawatauliza huyu daktari ako na kofia gani?
Huyo ni flying doctors.
Flying doctors.
Tunakuwa momba.
Zetu karibu zinafanana sasa.
Tuambie ni flying doctors.
Haya, sasa wacha nikuonyeshe science nyingine. Si hapa. Hapa naweka hapa tu. Karibia.
Iko sawa? Iko sawa?
Naweka hapa tu.
Inama pusire, sisi tuko kwako.
So nikiweka hapo tu inamaanisha alafu piga pressure hapo. Finya hapo sasa. Sasa ukifinya. Sio kwa hiyo ni kama una pump bike.
Pake na kuumiza.
Kama una pump bike.
Hivyo. No.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So shida hii kwanga sasa hapa. Unaona hapa nilidungwa msumari hapa. Ndio hii akili zishikwe. Nilidungwa hapa kwa mfuko ndio hii sasa ishikwe. So wiki za kwanza uchungu itakuwa wa kisigino. Kwa hiyo uchungu. So uchungu. Ni pambana na hali au si.
Hii kawaida itapona. Very soon.
So ndio hiyo. That is it. Asante Busire. Flying doctor.
Flying doctor. Send the message.
Flying dog. Mono flying doctor.
Yeah.
Nimekuwa huko vlog Z.
Ushafika hapa.
Flying doctor.
Ndio sasa. Sasa hata umenitibu vizuri. Sasa niko shwari. Flying tumeenda moon sasa. Kwambie ni boot ya huko planet huko.
Huko the planet.
Penye tutafly.
Remember why smart is very hot.
It's very hot,
Ama hapa kukiwa hot huko juu ni cold.
Wewe unajua.
Kwa vice versa.
So tuchunge mavazi. Poa bwana. Na mwenye anatuchukua anaitwa Ken. Another flying doctor. Anaitwa Ken. Right? So here tunajua panda ni. Sasa panda ni usiku hivi.
Mzito.
Good guys, so we are on week 3. So I think this is like my 17th day after Achilles surgery, post surgery. So it's my 17th day. So this is week 3, right? So as the last 2 weeks, it's more of pain management, which I showed you in the video. So we're managing pain. We're on our splints or casts. Now we have this little bad boy over here. So we have this is an Achilles boot. So others will call it a Vacuped boot. That's the most popular brand, right? So they put you in this boot. This boot has 5 wedges. I'll explain it in the video. So 5 layers. So actually from a plantar flexion. So the whole idea of an Achilles injury, right, is to just focus down. So we want to be in this position so that the Achilles, right, there's no stress on the Achilles. So this is what we call the plantar flexion. Right, so plantar flexion position. So just like this foot, we're in a plantar flexion position. So with the 5 wedges, we're going from 5th floor to 0th floor. So that now I can walk flat on a 90-degree place. So from plantar flexion, you want to continue every week until you go to the dorsiflexion, right? Yeah. So until we go there. So we want to prevent our leg from being on this dorsiflexion because this puts strain on the Achilles and it can. Yeah, let's not even finish the sentence. So tuko hapa, right? So sasa tuko kwa goti. So this is where we are. Week 3, we're going every week. I'll be removing a wedge. So this will last us 5 more weeks going forward. Right, so this was my bad boy. We are happy. Week 3, we're done with our meds. Our meds take us 14 days. We're done with our meds. So pretty much let me run you through the kind of medications we were given, right? So as obvious, after surgery, of course, there's pain management, and that's week 1. So the bad boy here that we used, that I was given, was betapine. So I used to take betapine twice a day. I think that was at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. We had this bad boy betapine. So 3 different sets of painkillers. So this is the main one, right? So we have this other bad boy called Zyrtol. I don't know if I pronounce it well. Doctors will correct me. Right? So this is for pain. So Zyrtol or Zyrtol, depending on where you're from, right? So this one is for inflammation. So this I used to take. It's really near 4 p.m. and 4 a.m. right? So as I said, this was 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. So I just spaced them. So this is a painkiller, so that you're always kind of like in pain every 2 hours. Yeah, so you become like junkie for pain. So this is for inflammation, for swellings. So with the Achilles, once you're rubbed with or on your splints, your foot swells like this, sort of elephantitis sort of thing, right? Ama wengine, our lovely beloved mothers will tell you during pregnancy, right, swelling happens. So this is to prevent swelling on your foot. And pain is a pain reliever. And mostly for guys who have arthritis, you know, those bone injuries, when you're natolewa meno, this is the bad boy. And this is accompanied with something called, where is this guy? Right, above pole, your cover yake imepotea. Etorix. So Etorix is the same as Xylitol. This I used to take twice a day. Then Etorix, Meisha. It's another very strong painkiller, but mostly for inflammation as well. So this I used to take 12 midnight. Every 12 midnight I used to take this, right? Tukiendelea, so for, of course, so I've taken you the pain. So these are the 3 medicines for pain. Of course, now with surgery, what is another issue that may occur, right? We have, of course, what you call infections, right? We need to prevent infections from the cut, and that's usually the major issue when it comes to any surgery. And of course, Achilles injury, the place where the injury is, the blood flow there is very minimal, and that is a very sensitive area, and that is why infections are very common. So I had a bad boy called Zinat, Meisha. So those until the last 10 days zimeisha, but of course kama mimi kirehere nikajiongezea augmentin for another 7 days. So I was very huge on antibiotics, so basically twice a day. So as well, the antibiotics I used to take them the same way with the Betapin, 10 p.m. and 10 a.m. daily. This I used to take 4 a.m. and 4 a.m. and 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. and this bad boy Etorix I used to take 12 midnight. Now with these medicines, we also with any surgery, right? An issue that may occur is the blood clot are very crazy. We become doctors. When you have injuries, we become like doctors. We have to research, right? And another same that's actually, the blessing from an injury, right? So that is the rose from the bud of this injury. So we get to know some of these things. So and I'm explaining to you so that also you're aware in whatever circumstance that you are. So this is called Xarelto or Rivaroxaban, right? I used to take this every 4 a.m. right? So this one was for blood thinner. This is a blood thinner. It's called Xaletro, right? Blood thinner to prevent blood clots that may occur when your foot is in a stationary position for so long. And with blood clots, they can lead to strokes, they can lead to heart attacks. It's really messed up, and sometimes it takes a long time to heal blood clots, right? It takes a long period of recovery. Yeah. Then of course, with all these medicines, you may have some, acidity. Dawa ni mingi, so acidity mingi. So to prevent that, I had something called Nexium. So Nexium ndio ilikuwa inanisaidia with stomach acidity, with ulcers, also with the vomiting. So Nexium was my other bad boy, and this is also an additional painkiller Betadine. So this took me 14 days, as you can see. Painkiller, inflammation, antibiotics, blood thinner, and for vomiting. So this basically, if there's anything else, but this will take you through the pain management season. That's the first 2 weeks. So this is what you'll be doing, and you'll be drinking a lot of water. My wife was wondering, hey, siku hizi nakunywa maji sana, lakini ni kwa sababu ya hizi vitu, right? So naturally you become very hydrated because of these guys. So this guys, kwa heri, kwa kuonana, tutaonana baadaye. Tumemalizana na nyinyi. You are done. Goodbye. Right? Tunaingia week 3, sasa tunaingia kienyeji. Sasa ni mambo ya kukula, right? Sasa nimeingia msimu wa kukula vizuri. Kama napenda kutumia hiyo mfano ya kina mama wenye tunawapenda sana, hapo ndo tumeingia sasa, lakini hawa wanaogopanga kunaona, ndio maana wapendi zile uji zenye alikizwa na mamama zao wa kitambo. Wanaogopa uji, wanaogopa kunona, na mimi ndio hivyo hapa. Mimi ndio sasa nimeelewa, pia mimi naogopa kunona, lakini nitazikunywa. So we have our uji, we have our blood broths, we have our soups. Now sasa tumeingia kienyeji. So if you have any kienyeji recommendation, so that's the journey I'm taking right now. I'm very great in kienyeji, right? But after 5 weeks, I'll just tell you what I've been doing, and I'll be a professional just as I'm a professional. That's as I'm a chemist right now, I'm a pharmacist and a doctor, PhD, all those things right now. And I'll be a PhD in nutrition. That's my next journey, the next 5 weeks. So ni hayo tu, sasa ni kutembea 5 weeks. See you next time. Right? Ciao.
Hiyo sasa unafaa ukule ngwashe. Kule ngwashe na nduma. Ndio misuli. Hizo ndio za nguvu. Hiyo ndio setu hizo. Chana mama.
Chakula ni kama zile za
wachana mandazi.
mama mjamzito sasa.
Hapa nakula ni kama yani ile nalisho ile ni kama kama ng'ombe grade.
Ng'ombe grade.
Kama fresh. Sasa mama.
Si ndio? Fresh. Fresh.
So hapa ni zile mauchi.
Mauchi. Siaku na njuku. Hiyo meremende hiyo. Hizo omena, soya beans. Sote. Hizo ndio unafaa utembelea hapa sasa. Mfupa supu uioshe hiyo nini? Joint. Siku moja mzima. Kuchemsha.
Hizo ndo chakula zetu sasa.
Hiyo ukikunywa kikombe moja napata chasho ingine.
Sizidi sana usikule hiyo na mshinde kutembea.
Hiyo si mchezo.
Haya poa bwana. Sasa nimefika nyumbani. Yes.